Your offensive line seems to be doing a much better job of protecting Jason than it did last year. What's the difference? What's changed?
I think, as I said a long time ago in training camp, I think you guys know it took me some time to finally come to a conclusion of who those 5 guys were going to be. I think they're getting very well coached. I think Bob Wiley and Steve Wisniewski do a great job. I think we put them in situations where they can be successful. I think those guys are fighters. They work hard at it. And I think they take pride in making sure that quarterback doesn't get hit. I mean, I think Jason appreciates it, and I know I do too.
As a coach in this situation, I mean, the team obviously didn't feel good about the result. Mm-hmm. How do you come down on the line of on one side coming down hard and pointing out, hey, you guys need to play better, and on the other side, hey, you know, keep your chin up and let's keep going. So soft love and tough love. Where do you fall on that?
I fell on both of them today. But we're pros. And to me, as I said, I'm going to be very honest with my football team. I'm going to tell them what we need to do and how we need to do it. But I think they all know that I love them to death and respect them. But there's a performance level here that we have to demand and get. And if we're not getting it, I'm going to tell you. And if I'm getting it, I'm going to slap you on the butt. That's just the way it goes. And I think they like that. I think most players like to be told the truth. I'm not going to be one to not tell them the truth. And we didn't get it done. I mean, we didn't finish a football game that we had an opportunity to win. And we need to get better. But we will get better. And we'll start that process on Wednesday.
How'd you grade yourself yesterday as a coach?
Not very good. I lost. You know, at the end of the day, we lost. I mean, I threw a flag when I shouldn't have thrown a flag, you know. A couple other decisions I wish I had back. But that's part of it, too. You know, that's a process. But I'm part of that process with these players. You know, I lost yesterday, and I'm looking forward to winning starting this week.
Did they ever tell you, like, pick it up real quick and, you know, you can't throw that flag?
The officials.
Do you get that kind of advice?
You know, truth be told, I knew, you know, in my heart that I wasn't supposed to throw that flag, but I got caught up in the moment of running down there and, you know, using my right arm. I used to throw a football once upon a time, so I kind of let her rip, and as I was letting her rip, I go, Hugh, there's a new rule. You can't challenge a scoring play. It's too late. You know, it's too late then. So the guy came over. He was nice about it, but he still gave me a 15-yard penalty, you know. So that's the way it goes.
The clock at the end of the first half, you used your timeouts.
I did, and I tell you why. I know that was another blunder on my part, in my opinion. I wanted to not go back to our jumbo package, which we scored on earlier for the first touchdown. And we had, if you guys remember, we had 3 wide receivers in the game at the time. And we were playing under a quick clock. I mean, a clock was resetting pretty quickly. And what I should have did is just let it all run down and then took the timeout at the last second. But, again, I didn't. What I did is made a decision, called the timeout right then and there, and got my thought process together and put in who I wanted to put in, kept that group in, and then kind of, and I'm sure the players would tell you, I kind of designed the play right there on the sideline. It worked. Touchdown. You know, and that's what it's all about. But, I mean, like I said, I don't grade myself an A by no stretch of imagination. We lose, I lost, you know, and there's some things that I have written down that I need to do better, and I will. I'll continue to get better, and this team will too.
How close would you have needed to be to let Sebastian take it at the end?
Oh, boy, if we would have completed that ball on the sideline to Hagan, I would have let him attempt it, but we couldn't get it. They did a good job of covering and making sure we didn't get another 10 yards, because we got another 10 yards, he would have kicked the ball. I promise you that.
You talk about wanting to create a certain image for this football team. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about Rex Ryan's, what he's been able to do in New York for that football team the last couple of years.
He's done it well. Rex is he's a close personal friend, heck of a football coach. He went there with a mentality that they were going to be a real good football team. You know, they were going to be the bullies of the East, and they are. You know, they've been in the AFC Championship game 2 years running. He's a fantastic coach, and his players follow his lead. And they've gotten it done. I mean, but he's also had a rough patch at one time, too. You know, as we all do in this business, it's not just all, you know, peaches and cream all the time, neither. And but I think he's got that team believing what they are, and they're playing that way. There's going to be a very confident, strong football team that comes to the O this week. But I truly believe we're a very strong, confident football team, too, and we need to get back to playing regular football.
Even in defeat, do you think the offense has reason to believe they're on to something?
I do, and I think they should have reason to believe that anyway. You know, this is year 2 of that process. I mean, we finished year 1 strong. Year 2 is starting just like I kind of thought it would, hope it would, and would. I mean, is. We have a quarterback I'm very confident with and in. We have a very good runner. We have an offensive line that's growing, and we have a few good runners, I should say. We have a very young, talented, young wide receiver. We have some other guys, DHB and Jacoby once he's back, and Lewis once these guys are back. We have some very good weapons on this team. What we got to do is get everybody back and playing football the way we know they can play. But I think the offense needs to continue to grow and get better, and I think they will.
I assume you've had a discussion with Al after the loss. This has been your first debriefing with Al after a loss. How did that go, or has that happened yet?
Every conversation I've had with Coach has been awesome, and I mean that. I mean, win, lose, or draw. I mean, we share the same vision. We want to win, and we expect to win. When you work here at the Raiders, they have the expectation of winning. And what I got to do is make sure our players understand that every time we walk out there, that's the purpose, that we can leave no stone unturned to make sure we finish these football games.
What was your thought on that last play? What did you see? Did you think it was your ball?
At first, when it first happened. But you know what, truth be told, that thing's over with now. I don't even want to go back and revisit that in my mind. That's over. They won the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bills won the game. The Raiders lost. And that's all it is.
You expect to get any of those wide receivers back this week?
You know, I'm not sure. I mean, we'll see as we go, but hopefully, I hope so. I mean, I hope, I sure intend to. I mean, we got Revis Island coming in here. You know, we got to solve that island. You know, so I hope to get them all back if we can have them back.
Can you talk about how impressive you are becoming with Darius?
I'm sorry?
Darius.
Denarius or Darius? Because there's two now. There's
More.
DHB and more.
More, if I'm mispronouncing.
That's okay.
Can you talk about what you're seeing in him per game? I mean, that catch he made was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you guys are in awe by the things he does. I'm not.
Oh, you see
That's what they're supposed to do. I mean, I'm just being honest. That's what a real good wide receiver in the National Football League is supposed to do, make those kind of plays. He's making them. He made them in training camp, and you guys were writing the same thing. He made them in preseason. He's making them now. I'm not surprised by anything this young man does, and that's what receivers do. He's doing a fantastic job, and he needs to continue to do so.
Is he going?
Oh, don't you dare. I know what you want to ask me. There you go again. I mean, come on. I'll let you know that as the week unfolds.
All right.
All right. Yay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
End zone. Then the